Warning: the video you're about to watch is based on a real-life criminal case. It contains violence and disturbing content. Israel Keyes, a serial killer who once served in the US Army. He would travel far from where he lived, bury kill kits in advance, and when the time came, dig them up and use them on his victims. After being discharged from the Army, he worked in construction. The discipline, weapons training, and planning skills he gained in the military, he used all of it on his victims. To the people around him, he seemed calm and ordinary. He never drew attention. April 8, 2009, Hackensack, New Jersey. Keyes dug up a murder kit he had buried years earlier. He hadn't chosen a victim yet. Just like the ones that followed, this killing would be random. That day, a woman named Deborah Feldman left her home. Witnesses later said they saw her speaking with a man before she suddenly disappeared. Keyes abducted her, took her to another location, and brutally murdered her. Deborah Feldman's body has never been found. After the murder, Keyes quickly left the state. He left no trace behind. At the time, no one considered him a suspect. 2 years passed. June 8, 2011, Keyes flew east from Alaska. Before heading to Vermont, he rented a car and drove across multiple states. That night, he went looking for a victim. He cruised through a quiet neighborhood until he found a house without an alarm system. He loved that detail. He slipped in through the garage. The house belonged to Bill and Lorraine Currier. He caught the couple in their sleep. Even though there was panic inside the home, Keyes controlled them at gunpoint and tied them up. Neighbors reportedly heard noises, but brushed them off as nothing unusual. Keyes forced the couple out of their house, drove them to another location, and murdered them both. Just like his first victim, their bodies were never found. When police arrived at the home, they found signs of a struggle and materials used to bind the victims. From that day on, the only confirmed truth about Bill and Lorraine Currier was that they had been killed. Keyes continued living in Alaska into early 2012. He was still working construction, still blending in, still raising no suspicion. February 1st, 2012, Anchorage, Alaska. Late at night, Keyes pulled up to a small coffee stand. Inside was 18-year-old Samantha Koenig, working alone. She was hardworking and quiet. Keyes chose her as his next victim. It didn't matter that he drove his own car. It didn't matter that there were security cameras. It didn't matter that people were nearby. He walked up calmly, pulled out a gun, and abducted her. Everything happened fast. No one stepped in. Keyes took Samantha to his home in Anchorage and restrained her. He kept her there for a period of time. He contacted her family demanding ransom. Shortly afterward, Samantha Koenig was strangled to death. Police launched a massive search. Eventually, her body was found in a lake near Anchorage. Keyes began making mistakes. He took Samantha's debit card and personal belongings. Then he drove across Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, withdrawing money from different ATMs. The FBI and local law enforcement tracked the transactions and followed surveillance footage across multiple states. March 13, 2012. During a routine traffic stop in Texas, police pulled over Keyes' vehicle. Inside, they found Samantha's debit card, cash, a mask, and a firearm. He was arrested on the spot. During interrogation, Keyes was manipulative from the start. At first, he barely spoke. He didn't immediately ask for a lawyer. He tried to control the pace of questioning, wanting the interrogation on his terms. His main concern, he claimed, was protecting his daughter from media exposure. Eventually, he offered cooperation in exchange for the death penalty. Throughout questioning, he remained calm, emotionless. Sometimes he even smiled. He described events in a technical tone, and when he didn't want to answer something, he would suddenly go silent or change the subject. He admitted to abducting Samantha Koenig, killing her the same day, and using her bank card. Once the Samantha case was confirmed, he confessed to murdering the Currier couple in Vermont and Deborah Feldman in New Jersey. The FBI had 3 confirmed murders. Then Keyes made another admission. He claimed he had killed at least 8 people, possibly more. He described traveling to different states in advance, burying murder kits that contained weapons, suppressors, gloves, restraints, and cash. When he decided it was time, he would return and use them. Keyes wanted the death penalty, but investigators were dealing with an 11-year timeline of potential murders. Many victims were still unidentified. Most bodies had never been recovered. Authorities tried to map out his travel routes across the country. He had traveled extensively. The investigation grew longer and more complex. December 2, 2012. While in jail, Israel Keyes first attempted to cut his wrists. Then he tore a piece of bedsheet and hanged himself in his cell. The investigation ended abruptly. He admitted to at least 8 murders. Only a handful were ever identified. Samantha Koenig was the only victim whose body was definitively recovered. What remains are unnamed victims and the unanswered question of why. In his final interrogation, Israel Keyes said the number was 8. But what do you think the real number was?